All right, Ambrose, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate your
Oh,
time.
glad to join. Glad to.
Yeah, so introduce yourself real quick. Tell us a little bit about who you are, and I'll tell a little bit about why we're connecting. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself first.
My name's Ambrose. I started motorcycling later in life, and I guess for the context of this call, you know, this is the end. I'm in the middle of my second season of riding. I have just totally fallen in love with this sport and activity. Uh, Not only do I love the sport, but I love the people. I love the community, and this activity has really taken hold in my daily life. And I think we'll probably get into that a little bit. My wife is very enthusiastic about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and she is also fully supportive. I'm an East Coast guy, Ninja 400 rider. Again, not a lot of track experience, but I've always considered myself a motorcycle guy.
Nice, awesome, man. Yeah, and you say not a lot of track experience, but I think you're doing more track days this year than probably most people do in a lifetime. So,
Yeah, that may be the love that I have for the sport, but yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really intend to keep that pace as long as I can.
Nice, man. Awesome. Well, yeah, so Ambrose, just for everyone's knowledge, so Ambrose kind of the way we got connected, I ran a 60-day challenge at the beginning of the season or just before the season started at the beginning of the year. And the focus of the challenge was really to try to work on preparing a plan for the season, a plan towards success, right? What are our goals? What are we trying to accomplish? What can we be doing off the track and off the motorcycle to be successful for the season coming up and for our riding? And we focused on the mental aspects of the sport, our nutrition and physical training, those types of things. And at the end of the challenge, each person who participated had a plan that they built out that they were to work with and execute throughout the season to be successful and to reach their goals. So Ambrose came to the challenge, and I wanted to bring him on board because he's been tremendously successful with his goals, but also with his riding, and it's definitely impacted his daily life, but also his riding as well, and made him very successful there. So. Yeah, I wanted to bring him on to talk a little bit about his success there. So Ambrose, as you kind of gotten into the sport, you said you've been working for a couple of years now. What kind of drew you to the challenge? I mean, I know I put it out there publicly, and you saw it and signed up, but was there some kind of trigger that said, "Man, I need to do this," or this is something that I'm looking for? What was that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say my first track day was in April of 2025, and I did it just to check off a box.
Yeah.
And I had no schedule, I had no plan, I had no idea what I was doing. I just showed up on my street bike and I did a track day, and I absolutely loved it. So I immediately realized that my BMW, with the cylinders out the side, isn't going to cut it as a track bike. And I moved to the Ninja right away just because that's what people online said you were supposed to do. And I would say at the end of that first season, which for me was 15 track days, I knew right away, hey, if I want to do this well and I want to do this safely, I need to get instruction and I need to get in shape. Like it
Yeah.
was physically hard, even for me on the Ninja, and not that a Ninja is hard to ride at all. I'm just saying my conditioning was such that even riding that, I was out of breath.
Mhm.
I I just I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it better.
Right. Right.
You
Nice.
know, that is coupled with a general desire to be better, to
Yeah.
perform well. That's just someone I wanted to be in addition to a capable, safe motorcycle rider. So
Yeah.
this idea of the core group really struck a chord with me because I saw the value right away in everything that you said the group was. Mental focus, physical conditioning, having a plan, everything you said. I was like, oh, yeah, I need that. It resonated.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So, can you share a little bit about what your goals were coming into the challenge and, just moving towards the season? Because, everyone's goals are going to be a little individualized. What were you targeting? What were you thinking of that you wanted to get out of it and wanted to be able to accomplish?
Yeah, that is something that I developed as the class progressed. Uh, I didn't know. I just knew that I wanted to be better. I just knew that I wanted to be more physically fit. I wanted to have better habits. I wanted to make better decisions. I wanted to be a better rider. I wanted to be a more capable rider. Uh, and through you asking, very thought provoking questions and listening to the other riders in the group, my own plan developed. And what I realized right away is there were some really good riders. There were some really good people in the group. And I listened to everything they said. And that helped me to, develop the plan that I had written out.
Yeah.
Uh, and I listened to you and the other CRs and the other riders in the group at the track. So the
Yeah.
act riding, again, I'm drawing so much from the community.
Yeah.
Being a part of the class was, educational and eye opening, and helped me pick the things that I think would work.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you feel stood out the most to you out of the things you were kind of focusing on as not only as the challenge went along, but as you were, beyond that as well, moving into the season? What would you say kind of helped you the most in your success?
Uh, I wish I could say it was one thing, but it's not. It's everything the class talked about. There's an aspect of mental focus which is very key for actually being on the bike. But what I found is the mental focus helped me to be focused on my program, my exercise program, my riding program.
Yeah.
And as I developed the mental focus, developed the physical piece, everything kind of built on each other.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
it became a lifestyle. It became a regimen. It became a pattern for how each day starts. Each day starts with this exercise routine. I do these mental focus exercises. It was a pattern. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, give me a little more information on that. Like what does that look like for you now, right? What does that day-to-day look like for you as far as how you execute those things versus what it looked like before?
well, I didn't have anything before.
Okay.
I I had no regiment. I had no written plan. I had no idea. I just knew I wanted to be better. I wanted to make better decisions. I didn't want to have an extra 30 pounds,
Yeah.
hanging around. And again, I stole from the group,
Yeah, yeah. That's the
I,
whole point. Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I still do Julie's burpees, and
Yeah.
I've added um, your suggestion on the planks, and
Mm-hmm.
added sides and back and front. A lot of isometric exercises, which are probably better for someone my age than to
Yeah.
walk into a gym and start punching heavy weights.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have were you doing any kind of training before that? Any kind of exercise, regimen or anything? It was just this is fairly new to you.
Yeah, the whole exercise regimen thing was pretty new. I would say the idea of the breathing and the mental focus and all that has led me to add to just a morning routine.
Yeah.
I added an evening component, and just trying to stay focused, stay engaged in the program, adding to it, but not letting it get overwhelming so that I
Yeah.
just.
Right. Yep, yep, that's important, right? Just that idea of do too much and try to reach perfection too quickly, and it's unsustainable, right? So, yeah, making small, meaningful changes. All right, so one of the things you mentioned, one of the things you and I have talked about, one of your goals that you reach your, measures of success was weight loss for you, right? You're at 30 pounds down now. That's pretty fantastic, man.
Uh,
Um,
I'm actually closer to 35.
35, that's awesome.
You talk about goals. I didn't have a number. I didn't have a weight.
Yeah. Right, right.
Through being part of the group, I just looked up, okay, someone my age, my height, this should be the target. And then I started working towards it.
Yeah,
And that process of working towards some target, even if I didn't know exactly what it was, that I
yeah,
developed a routine. And anyway, so I'm at right in the middle of my target weight for someone my height. It's just a grab, and it's how I feel. Uh,
yeah.
like I know that, okay, if I lost a couple more pounds, then I would really start to feel poor.
Yeah,
But where I'm at now, how I feel. My wife says I look great, which that's all that matters.
that's
She's
right. Awesome, yeah.
on board.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So a lot of what we associate with weight loss typically starts at the plate, right? What we're eating. How has that changed for you? Give me a little comparison of, what that looked like before and what that looks like today.
I would say number one, number two, cut alcohol, cut sweets.
Yeah,
Uh, Not that there's anything wrong with having a adult beverage here and there, but uh, just cut it. Just cut it out. Sweets, I probably do ice cream with my wife. I don't know, twice a month or something like that.
yeah,
You know, not totally gone. It's not like I swear away any one thing or only eat one thing. It's
yeah,
just cut out the bad stuff, focused on the good stuff, ate in moderation, tracking. That is one thing, that is one key habit that changed from before. I did not track what I ate, I did not keep track of anything. And again, it's not that I'm calorie counting, it's just that I'm being mindful about making good decisions. And
yeah,
through tracking, you get to learn, okay, this food is not really a good choice because it doesn't have protein, and this food is too high in carbohydrates, and you don't think about that until you start tracking it.
yep, yep,
And again, I don't start each day with don't eat this and make sure you eat that. It's okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to look on the tracker, and this is what I've tracked, and
yeah.
it works out.
That's awesome. How has it been sustainment wise, right? Keeping it up, keeping that tempo. Any challenges there? Any issues that road bumps you've come across, or has it been fairly not easy, but you've been able to get into that pattern and stay with it?
I've been able to get in the pattern and stay with it. Number one, because my wife is on board with it. She encourages me in it. Number two, how it has made me feel. Like I don't
Yeah,
want it junk, and I don't want to, drink excessively. And I, when I stick to the plan and what I'm logging, and the parameters that are in my little tracker app, I feel great, and
yeah,
I see the results, and it motivates me to stay on the program.
yeah, yeah. Nice. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's a big eye opener when you eat a good healthy meal and how you feel for that extended period of time afterwards versus something that's not very good for you. It tastes good for the first short instance, but yeah, you feel like junk later for a longer period of time. So it makes a big difference. Yeah. Um, what would you say now that you've been kind of going down this path, you talked a little bit about, making choices and tracking. What would you say you're more aware of now, when you're making these decisions and these habits have changed?
I am more aware of, like, when I'm traveling or something and I have to make a decision between the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
I know that if I make a bad choice, it's going to result in not feeling great.
Yeah.
So I would say that is something that I'm very aware of. I'm not saying that I'm the cleanest eater ever. I'm saying I'm at least at the point when I don't eat clean, it affects how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. What have you found? Like, give me an example of, when you've been traveling or somewhere you've been and you realize, man, I don't have as good an option to choose from, or I can't prepare the meal. How do you get around that? Give me a couple examples of what you've done.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I do is when I'm somewhere and there's just no good restaurant options, I
Hmm.
used to just do like gas station food, and that is a poor choice.
Hmm.
Try to do is go to a grocery store. There's usually some kind of prepared food. Now I'm talking about like when I'm traveling and
Yeah.
having to stay in a hotel or something. Then I look for a local grocery store, and they typically have some kind of salad or salad with chicken, or something that you can,
Yeah.
even off hours. If it's late, uh, and that's the other thing. If I am traveling, I'll try and plan a stop,
Yeah.
before 8 o'clock or
Right.
something,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and try and accommodate myself that way.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. I think not enough people take that into account, right? As an option. You can stop at a grocery store. They're everywhere, right? There's plenty of good options there to choose from. You mentioned a little bit of ice cream here and there with your wife as a nice treat. Um, let's go to the opposite of the things. As you've been changing your nutrition and changing your diet, what you're eating, is there anything that you started to incorporate that kind of surprised you? Like, hey, this is a nice, healthy choice for me. I didn't realize how much I enjoy this now. Was there something that kind of jumped out to you?
Yes. As I try and make better and better choices, less and less red meat, more and more vegetables,
Nice.
more and more citrus. I'm enjoying citrus a lot more than I had before.
Yeah.
Um, I do not miss less red meat. I still eat red meat. Don't get me wrong. I still eat cold cuts here and there, and
Yeah.
relatively high fat stuff. It's not that I'm totally avoiding that, but just avoiding more, or just enjoying more of the vegetables.
Nice. Excellent. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Um, so taking all this into account, give me give me a little feedback on how this is translated to your riding, right? This was kind of the whole idea behind this, right? How did you feel this impact your riding? All this preparation, this training off the track, physical nutrition, the mental focus. How have you seen that impact your riding?
Uh, it is hard for me to give you a, what's the word, qualitative answer.
Yeah.
I would say that through the magic of N2 and transponders, I have a transponder on my Ninja, and for the last three track days, I surprised myself. I'm in the 90th percentile of the intermediate riders.
Yeah.
That was surprising to me, because I have a relatively stock Ninja, stock exhaust, street body, all the lights, everything.
Yeah.
I would say when the control riders or a coach asks me to do something different on the bike, I find that I have the strength to do it. The whole body position thing, getting your head out there, locking into the tank with your legs, that whole leg core strength thing wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And now, you know, when you or another coach says, "Hey, get your knee in the tank," I can do that. And I can support my body with my core, and my hands are not hard on the bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are a couple of things. Going forward, I know that I need more cardio.
Well, you say that, but I was going to brag you up a little bit. You're the guy who stays out for that full 20 minutes every session. You don't skip a session. I've definitely been pretty impressed by your endurance and your longevity out there. And you come in off the track, you don't seem very winded, so you're doing something right.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that because there are turns, specifically that sweeping left at NJMP
hmm
uh, before the chicane going on to the front straight.
Yeah.
For some reason, I hold my breath in that turn,
Uh,
looking for that cone, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I need more lung capacity because I'm for this turn.
That's
So,
great. That's
yeah.
great. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and you got so you got your when did you get your bump to intermediate? Was that the beginning of this season? That was the beginning of the season, right?
I was right at the end of last season. Like
End of last season. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
I rode this whole season as intermediate.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, you're running good pace, man. You're at with that stock Ninja 400, you're touching on advanced group pace, so that's pretty impressive what you're accomplishing, man. You're gonna be sneaking in that group in no time. So I see it coming.
Again, that wasn't my goal.
I know. I
My
know.
goal was to ride that Ninja as
Yep.
best I possibly can. I don't care what color sticker
Yep.
is.
Yep.
I just wanted to, okay, this is my bike. I'm committing to it. This is my plan. I'm going to, do what the coaches say and, ride it to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. So what would you say is next for you? You've been kind of consistent with what you've been working on. Things have been progressing well. You've been successful. Have you set yourself a next goal or a next level that you want to get to?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I have already started working on next year's plan.
Nice.
And as we sit filming today, we're about a week out from the N2 RA. Um, and
Endurance race. Yeah.
yeah, so there are people that I ride with on the track days that are doing it, and I am just so jealous. I want to get to the point where I am capable, of running the pace and confident that I can run the pace and get the bike prepped and all that. So,
Yeah.
possibly this time next year I can be on a team or have some other riders. That's one goal. And listening to feedback from other CRs, I do want to learn, continue the learning with throttle control and brake and all that. And that's probably going to mean stepping to a 600 or something like that. So that is part of the plan for next season.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Hopefully they'll have some more events too. I know this is their first step in back into the endurance racing, so hopefully they'll plan a couple more events too. That'll be great. Are you coming out to the VIR event? Because I know they're doing the track day on Friday.
I really want to. I have some other issues going on in the background that are, going to prevent that. But
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah, and I know I'm going to see you on Monday coming up soon here anyway. So yeah, hopefully, right? Fingers crossed.
well, unfortunately, I had to cancel that day.
Oh no, okay. Yeah,
Things going on, but I still have a plan, and I'm still, moving forward.
yep, awesome, awesome. All right, so final question. For listeners out there, people who are working on things, what kind of advice would you give them for working towards their goals?
Do something. Pick something, anything. Pick something that you think you'll like, and just start doing that, and then build on it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I never considered myself a fitness fanatic. I never even liked eating healthy, but I started doing something, and it helped me appreciate what that does for me. And so I kept on doing it. So just pick something and do it. As you know, both for a diet, for an exercise plan, and for mental focus.
Yeah.
Just pick something in each one of those areas and start working on it, and let it percolate.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it, man. Love it. It's fantastic. Congrats on all the success, everything that's come your way, man. You working hard and keep it up. And yeah, you're moving well, moving in the right direction. And man, just love riding with you, having a blast out there, having a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks again for your time here as well. So
I'm looking forward to you getting that Ninja 500 out there and seeing if I can keep up.
yeah, it's ready to go. I've got to do a little test and tune on Monday, see if everything's good to go. Yeah, hopefully we'll be in good shape. But yeah, yeah, awesome. Thanks again, man. And yeah, we'll catch you later.
Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.